warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Novel Safikri and I will explain it how to sanitizing. Let's go. And the first slide is table of content. Is the table of content. First one is sanitizing definition, and then differences between paraphrasing, sanitizing, and summarizing, and how sanitizing, and last is example of sanitizing. So what is sanitizing? Sanitizing can be used for understanding reading conversation. According to Maroilan, sanitizing strategy is wave-like on the significance of text from the reader point of view. Sanitizing also involves bringing together information from several sources. When the reader sanitizes, they sort and evaluate information. They may find agreement among texts, or they might find out conflicting or fake, like determined ideas, and readers make it a full way of judgment. So this more info. Then is sanitizing is a process of ordering, recalling, retailing, and recreating information into a coherent wall. And sanitizing requires readers use the strategies offered this book, read, evaluate, and ideas and information. So paraphrasing is a changing a text so that the result is quite different from the original source but still maintains the meaning in the original text. In addition, paraphrasing can be used to express notes or make summaries. Paraphrasing is a very effective and important way in the world of writing because to avoid the risk of plagiarism. And then next is summarizing. Summarizing is a process of text only by quoting the important point, and summarizing must be short, complete, and objective by reading the part carefully for a good summary. Summarizing is the ability to produce a concise form of language from the existing information. So these are differences of paraphrasing, summarizing, and sanitizing. Paraphrasing is involved part of source material in our own words. The paraphrasing material is usually shorter than the original. Then sanitizing or this anonymous with citing and important point made differences. And then is the summarizing. Summarizing puts the point of the word compact significant shorter. So this how to sanitizing. So step 1 is organize your sources. After collecting the relevant literature, you have got a lot of information to work through and a clear idea of how it all fits together. Before you can writing, you need to organize your notes in a way that allows you to see relationship between sources. And then step 2 is outline your structure. Now you should have a clear overview of the main connection and duration between the sources you read. And then you must discuss them. So step 3 is write paragraphs with topic sentence. What set of sanitizes apart from a summary is that in combination various sources, the easiest way about is as a paragraph. So this is a few different, and then you shall be able confident overall point paragraph in the sentence. And then last step is revise, edit, and proofread. Like any academic work, sanitizing literature does not happen all at once. It involves reading, revising, editing, and journaling work. So therefore your princess is very important because become a result can be researched. Okay, next slide is this is an example to sanitizing. So learning a social process that is example to sanitizing, and then the term is an alternative for developing English skills apply contextual learning use poetry. So learning is a social process that cannot be done without personal interaction. Contextual teaching and learning is a learning concept that can help teachers to connect learning material with real-world context. This concept can encourage students to make a connection between knowledge and its application is their lives and family member and public. In other words, CTL plays learning and learning activities in real-life context. In comparison, not only that is learned, but also why they should be learned it. This poetry is one of the most effective way to apply GTL by improving English learning skill. And poetry help in the reading through the process. By using poetry, you can train student interaction, verbal and non-verbal way of communication. So creativity and innovation, responses to question, and the next component of the contextual approach is modeling. Teacher can give an example from poetry that is adapted to the ability. By reading poem can improve students' critical thinking in memories, proceeding them both inside and outside in classroom. It aims to achieve the ability to understand each word meaning and create development in English skill. It turned out that learning process has quite a long time its application. It is because the students still have not a basis of form itself because children to still have to adapt. One the basis of activism is the contextual view, considered an alternative to the new few learning strategies. In regret, poetry can be an alternative medium for learning. English which outlines a contextual pitch. Learning English using poetry can cover 7 main components of the contextual learning approach. Poetry can be an alternative medium learning using a contextual approach. Learning activities can help students improve their speaking, reading, writing, and listening skills, and develop their critical thinking as literature can be used critical of never study thinking. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, are coming, you can hear them running.